All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to factor anything that can be factored. So in this problem, what can be factored?
Can the third equation's denominator be factored?
Yes, I think so. I think the third fraction's denominator can be factored. So what kind of special case quadratic is 4x squared minus 1?
Oh, is it difference of squares?
It's a difference of squares. All right. So how is that going to get factored then?
Would it be like 2x minus 1 and 2x plus 1?
It would. Thank you for answering the question in the form of a question. All right, so our next step is what is our least common denominator? And this one's pretty straightforward. So what will our least common denominator be?
Would it be 2x minus 1 and 2x plus 1?
It would be. It would be. So what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite the problem. We're going to provide a little extra space so that we can multiply each fraction by something to get our least common denominator. So we're going to rewrite it. So we have x over 2x minus 1. Going to leave a space plus x minus 1 over 2x plus 1, leave a space, minus 2x over 2x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. We okay so far?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so what are we going to multiply the first fraction by to get our least common denominator?
2x plus 1 over 2x plus 1?
Yeah. All right, what are we going to multiply the second fraction by to get our least common denominator?
2x minus 1 over 2x minus 1?
And what about our third fraction?
You don't have to multiply by anything.
Love it. All right, now we're only going to worry about the numerators because we know what the denominators are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what do I get for my first numerator when I multiply x times both of these things?
Is it 2x squared plus x?
Again, great job on answering in the form of a question. Totally ready for Jeopardy. All right, so what about our second numerator? This one's a little more challenging.
2x squared.
Okay, so that's that one.
And then
We know what the last term is going to be. We know what the constant is going to be. So let's go ahead and do that one. So -1 times -1 is
positive 1.
yeah. All right, and so let's keep this one in our head. We have -1 times 2x, which is
Negative 2x.
okay. So remember -2x. We also have x times -1, which is
Negative x.
perfect. So -x minus 2x is
Negative x minus 2x.
yep.
Negative 3x.
There we go. All right, and then we still have the minus 2x. So are we doing okay so far?
Yeah.
All right. So now let's combine the similar terms.
Okay.
So we have 2x squared and 2x squared, and we're adding them.
So 4x squared.
It is 4x squared. All right. So we have x minus 3x, which is
Negative 4x.
not quite.
X minus 3x. Oh, negative 2x.
There you go. You have 2x. And then we have just this one constant right here. Now, I don't know if you realize this, but when I look at this, I'm like, oh man, that can be factored. Do you have the same feeling?
We still need to do the other minus 2x.
Shoot, we do, don't we?
Yep.
Okay. So what is so good job on catching that, because I totally flaked. So we have x and we have negative 3x. We got negative 2x and we still have this negative 2x. So what do we get when we subtract 2x from negative 2x?
Negative 4x.
There you go. And that's much better for factoring purposes, I gotta tell you. All right. So how can we factor 4x squared minus 4x plus 1? And the hint is going to be looking at our denominators right here. Are we going to have two positives or two negatives? Or one of each?
What? Two negatives, maybe?
Maybe? Probably, because we have to multiply two numbers together to get a positive 1. But when you add them together, you get a negative. So we know a negative times a negative is a positive, but a negative plus a negative is going to be a negative. So we feel pretty good about two negatives. All right, what times what is 1?
1. In this case, negative 1.
Yeah, perfect. And what will be our first term? What times what is 4x squared?
Would it be 4x and x?
Probably not, because I'm looking
Yeah.
at my denominator, and my denominator has no 4s.
Oh. Okay, would it be 2x and 2x?
It would be 2x and 2x. And also, by the way, 2x plus 2x is 4x, which is our linear term.
Yeah.
All right, so now we can put this over our least common denominator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just copying from right here. Is there anything we can cancel out?
2x minus 1.
And so we're just left with 2x minus 1 over 2x plus 1. And let's check the answer key. I feel really good about this, but let's just double check. So that, which number was that?
54.
54. Oh, yep, and that's what the book has.
Yeah, it's in the system book.